Good afternoon. Might be time before you're going to sleep, right? This will put you right to sleep, I guess, right? Or maybe some of this will put you a little to sleep. The desired content of weed that is flammable without being outside the law. This is not marijuana. I smoke it like marijuana because for some reason there's no nicotine in this, and uh, yeah, you don't get it unless you really inhale it, and it doesn't do what cigarettes do to you. And there's a lot of this out there. I'm not allowed to mention the name because it's legal, but I just can't mention the name. You know what? Let's just say it's basically from home. Where am I going to start first? I'm going to start in a little confusion here. What page would we be on? Would this be entitled the book now? So we went through some of the book that was jokes and laughter, putting on masks and wearing monkey masks, coming from a year from the first video. For anybody who's ever watched me, it's a real thrill for me to actually tell people the truth of what I think. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Somebody next to you? Well, look at them and give them a kiss. You know why? Because my first video had only to do with 3 minutes, I think, and 23 seconds, all about reason. And then so forth and so on. As you skip through the videos, you see how I evolved from talking about absolutely, I'm not even sure what I was talking about. But back then it made a lot of sense. And it must have made a lot of sense to bring me to who I am and where I am today. Thank God I'm bringing myself up. Because I look at some of my stuff and I like it. But regardless and irregular, it really doesn't make a difference. This is what I'm looking at right now. This is the two dice. Either it's sitting on this angle or it's sitting on this angle. On this angle, on your telephone, it would be 1 and 9. On this angle, it would be 3 and 7. Both average, okay, an account total of 10 or 10, average of 5 and 5, equaling 10. But what happens if the two dice was like this? What if everything you're actually looking at is the wrong way? Then the two dice would be standing up. Now this would represent, okay, on your telephone 2 and 8, 10, and this would represent 4 and 6, 10, because we're in the beta world. And what you do is you draw a string from here all the way around this way. And there's like empty spots, I guess, somewhere around here. I'm not sure where that is because I haven't laid it up. But the dice, like whatever, and I know I talk about this over and over, but you know what? It's those simple little things like your deck of cards, a couple of dice cubes. Do I have these dice cubes over here? Where are they? Oh, some dice cubes. I bought more. I bought a lot of dice cubes. Must have spent like 30 bucks at Walmart buying dice cubes and Monopoly money and looking at the Yum design. I told you about Yum, eh? You ever play Yum or Boggle? You know what's boggling my mind right now, which is a little confusing to me. Let's say we start off with one simple square. Okay, around that square, we go around the square, we put a square around the square. Automatically, you end up with 9 lives. But what happens if we have just 4 corners we're talking about, one cube of 4 corners? Well, that 4 corners, okay, is just like, how can I explain it? There's always an in between the corners. So no matter what you do, you can 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, if you split them apart, put one here in this corner, one here in this corner, one here in this corner, one here in this corner. Let's call the corners, let me see what I can call the corners now. The top corners we'll call A and C for 1 and 3. And the bottom corners we'll call A and C again for 1 and 3. Because if the dice was upside down, it'd be the same damn thing, right? You understand? If the dice is down, it means a 7. But if you're making a connection to number 7, but the number 7 is now up, you're making a connection to number 3. Even if it's the same 7, it's in the 3 position. Because from 3 to 7 is 4 inches, right? But if you've already hit 7, have to go back to 3, that's 6. You understand what I'm saying? Depends which way it is. And then in between, in all of them, it'll actually look like this. ABC, CBA, ABC. You'll have 4 B's, 2 A's, and 2 D's. And that's the whole world. 2 A's, 2 C's, and 4 B's. In which this one here, this B, and this one over here will change their design. And let me tell you another thing, that you already know that if you design 2 A's next to each other, it looks like a B. You do know, I mean, in simplicity, right? You do know that this is a D. It's a D, right? See the D? It's also, if I just do a little bit of this, you can also see it as an angelfish. Look, there's an opening over here for a C. And at the same time, it's the A. So the A is B and C, because A moves over a direction, okay, and covers 2 corners. A covers 2 corners, okay. Now you need the opposite of A to cover the other 2 corners. So that would be C, not B, C. That's where you get your AC. Now you have to cover the 4 corners, okay, to create an X, to bring the electricity from 4 corners to one central core in the center, the spirit core, which is inside a man, okay. Man might be the number 6, right? But inside here, you know, when you take a dice and you look on the 2 sides at number 7, there's a bullet hole going from one end to the other end that connects all 6 of man to his one core, making him a complete 7. In this world, you must be a complete 7, okay? You must be the 4 corners of beta, right? Which is each corner, B, 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 and B. But you cannot be all the B's, because then you would be the 8. But it is your mind that makes the rest of you, like I told you before. Because you can only make this is all you can, where is it? This is all you can do with your mind, okay? You're straight across this way, you're thinking out this way, and you're thinking out the other way. There's 90 degrees in between here, there's 45 degrees in between here. They call this the fox hunt, they call this the fox hunt, okay? If I broke, okay, just listen. So now watch what happens if I just show you it like this. It's the letter K, right? Now I want to show you something else. If I extend it, this is what you get. 3 points and 3 points. The 6 points of the mug and David. Okay? You can do 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here is 4 points and 2 points. This is what man is. Man is the 4 angel and 2 parts of the heaven, which are down here. But his mind is up here, above this line here. It's either 4, 6 with 7 and 9 in the 8 heaven. Now I'm going to draw a line down the center. And the reason I'm drawing a line down the center is this line is the line of Christ. It never moves. This centralizes you with your angel. It energizes you, gives you the energy for the connection of the mind. And that's how you get your start to get your lines in the tic-tac-toe, the winning lines. This is the energy of Christ. Okay? They call this the yellow octane energy of the influx of the red spirit world inside the blue world of man. How do you do all that? Well, look at your veins. Are they green, your veins? Well, if your veins are green, part of the world that's living must be the same color, no? White, what do you see that's white? White is dead. I mean, this new movement that wants to come out, the white of white. White's dead. White's dead. Black's alive. Black's got soul. It's still kindling the fire. Black, diamonds come from black coal. Black, oh my God, when you come in the house and you're full of black of anything, she knows you worked. Something a little greasy, she knows you got your hands dirty. White is purity. Everybody seems to make fun of the purity, okay? Because we make fun of it because we don't understand that it doesn't exist and it exists. The knowledge of purity exists, whether you are of some part or all part of it, is another piece of the history. But it exists. Otherwise, I couldn't say it. If I couldn't say it, I wouldn't know. If I didn't know and I didn't say it and I did know and I do say it, then I make it exist for me. You know, I was listening to the Zionists. Okay, you know what happens with, I mean, just the letter Z can turn sideways to be the letter N. That's number one. The I in Zionists, okay, remove that I. Because when you take a Roman numeral I, and we know they work in Roman numerals, okay, that I has actually a top on it, looking like a one of some sort, or two equal signs that have been separated from below and above, right? Isn't that what you would say it is? I'm going to show you something. You tell me if it's true. Here. Here's an I. Look, here and here. Look, they're right there. They're the equal signs. Now, the equal signs are separated between the connection from the bottom and the connection up here. But at the end, boom, bang, we are equal. My friends, they have left out nothing. I bump into everything. And wait, there's an incoming call now. Hello? Yes. I'm wrong. Okay, yes, yeah, that's okay. I'm wrong. Yeah, continue. That's it. No, I mean, if you want to tell me I'm wrong, shouldn't you want to correct me so I can share it with all my fans? I don't have any fans. Okay, yes, you're right. I have a couple of fans. Yes. Maximum on one hand, no problem. Right. So what did you call me for? I'm a cool dude, but I'm all wrong. Well, let me tell them these things about the Zionists because, you see, Z and N stand for 14th letter and 26th letter. 26th letter stands for the man of the beta world. 14 stands for the passage, and 2000 is the year we are in. That means the year of passage, in all actuality, for the Zionists, is to end and have everything wrapped up by the end of the year 2014. You see, whatever numbers they're going to use, it's so funny. 2014 ends the end of a cycle, which the cycle goes like this, okay? And I'm going to use, I have to mix up, obviously, what went on in this world. But the inauguration of the independence of the United States in 1776, for who did it and signed it, I'm not too sure, and I'm not going into detail. I'm just telling you in general. From the year 2014 should be 238 years. Okay, 238 years. 8 and 2 and 3. Number 23 and number 8. 23, beta creation, connecting all the worlds of heaven. 238. So that's the year they want to do it. Another thing with 238 years, it is the heaven, it is the creation, and is the beta system, okay, in which the government also has a beta system, but it is a 5-8 beta system. And just remember this because I might forget it. The reason why it's a 5-8 beta system is because they can't do a 4-8. They need the help of the aliens from outside, bringing in that extra spirit. Not only that, they cannot be a 4 because even if there are no aliens that exist, okay, they cannot be a 4 because they do not have a connection on the influx and the ability to change the one spirit. So they must have the one spirit from God, which brings them the life of what they breathe, giving them the capabilities of what they have. So now, if you think I was going to remember to tell you what I was thinking of, I don't remember already. But the Zionists, yes. So not only that, it's 2014. Now, another thing you have to understand, I think if I can remember, in 1792 was the inauguration on February 20th of the birthday of George Washington. And that was the first time, which was 16 years later. And it was because 16 years, because that lightens up the numbers of 1 and 6, which is the one spirit of the sixth man, the letter P. Okay? You turn from just a B to a P in this world. Okay? It's the way it works. So that's 2014. What happens in 2015? Okay? It's the year of the egg. And what I'm assuming in the year of the egg, it's all brand new. This new world order is all brand new, and they're coming to their own, and they have to make organization now. And forever else that may have happened in between, if 2012 does exist and there is something to destroy, there's 2015. 2016 is the first year in the inauguration of the Spirit, and then the second year, okay, is what brings together all the teams and all the forces. Now, I can just be gibbering off any such numbers, but that's what the numbers say. 2017 is the year of the Queen. How do I know? The one spirit of the gates is the Queen. She's the only one that holds it. She's the 17, the Q17, my friends. It's the number. It's her year. And the actual takeover, okay, that I assume that will come into the world. Now, don't forget, in many stories, they show you what can happen. Oh, look what can happen into the future, and you go 300 years in the future, and then you arrive 300 years later, and none of it happened. So what I'm trying to say is that all I'm doing is making up some of these stories, okay, that, you know, imagine, oh yeah, I'm going to tell you exactly up to tomorrow. No, I'm going to predict the future, okay, and in a book, you want everybody to think, oh, this, right, maybe it will happen, and then tomorrow I'll come along and go, you shouldn't have listened, you know, something like that. So in 2025 is the year of Jack in the Box. 2025, somehow this government's going to find some way to talk about Jack in the Box. Why Jack in the Box? Because it's all about the fox in 2025. It's when the 4 dice and the 5 dice come together and create the 45 fox as one. Reverse, they create the love and communication. Jack in the Box is because it's all man of good men that jumped out of the box to save all the rest of man. Jack in the Box, this will be about every man, every woman, every person on this planet, because it'll be our planet, and it will not be the planet. The money will go around in a circle, and if you make too much, my friend, I'm sorry, we might have to share it if it's going to tear apart our system. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes too much money is no good in the system. It's like saying, okay, come into Bellman Park, this is how much it's going to cost, and that's it. And you come to the end of the day and you did your sailboating and your this and your that, and you ate and you did everything else, and you didn't need any money. And you did something different every single day of the year, and you never really needed money. So money has to be understood. Our new way of evolution has to be understood. Are we going to seek for the stars and want to live on other planets? Or is God going to say, hey man, you ain't got to waste your money out there no more. It's all over, my friends. You want to go to Venus? Well, come up. Die. Come up to heaven. I'll send you over to Venus. You won't have to spend $600 billion trying to go to Venus and trying to intercept the natural penny of the earth, the copper penny that connects us, every element inside our body. I know when I go to the dentist and I get my cavities filled, and I feel the energy coming from the ground once they're done. Every time I open my mouth, it seems like I got NASA down my throat. Wow. What's up there, buddy? So anyways, I have this other picture. Now, this is our rotation. Somehow this is our rotation. I do not know exactly how it works, okay? These are all dice flipped open. This will be just one cube at the end. The only thing that's going to miss on the cube are these numbers all the way down on the other side. And what's down on the other side is going to tell me what each one of these is going to exist in cubes. And not only that, if you look, they're all Christ signs, the energy of Christ. See the way the energy of Christ splits here and splits here? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Or look, 1 up, 2 up, 3 up. The 2 eyes from the gods of heaven. You know what I'm saying? Another thing you want to look at, and I never really thought of this before. Oh my God. Lego my ego. So I went to the store and I saw all the way the Lego pieces are put together. I got to go buy a Lego set now. I must have spent $500 in the last year just buying little gadgets and gadgets just so I can understand them and tell the world that What I understand, and I'm telling the world right now, that the internet service is in existence and has been knowledge to the government probably thousands and thousands of years. Maybe they only let it ride in the last couple of hundred, but a God does exist, because a lot of things that I've learned are way too perfect and were created way before the computer systems ever were. I'm just talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on your telephone, going around like the 9 planets. You know what I'm saying? The guys who came up with this, the energies from God are inflicted inside of us, and if we want it bad, we can really get it. You know what I'm saying? If you want something really bad, you can go and get it. It's set up that way, because all the points that used to stop you can no longer stop you, because they're stupid, irrelevant points. You have to make a set, you have to make a system. You know, the only thing that brings an inconsistency to this is we have kids, we need to bring some money in, everybody's got to eat, and then boom, bang, the whole thing's fucked up. Anyways, so there's this cycle here. Another thing I wanted to show everybody is, well, I counted my Monopoly money yesterday, and I had 10,580. You remember I was telling you America for freedom, Zion needs the 558. They just put the speed limit in Texas and in Montana to 85 miles an hour because they must work the 5 spirit within the angle of God. Otherwise, they cannot work the 2 heavens. Why is it 80? Because it's X-Man. It's 8 times 10 is 80. It's the 10 world, my friends. 105, okay, over here for 10,580. 105 is a poker term. If you add the ace from 1 all the way to king ace is 14, you have a total of 105. Times 4 suits 420 words you use in Facebook, as it was at one time. Don't forget, I can let you know. Another thing, do you want to see what's on the money? Look what's on the money. The train. This is what they show on all the money, and they got all these crazy designs. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm telling you, take over the world is all here. Lore. That's what it says, lira. Lore. Then it says dad. DOA. Train. DOA. You know why? They say when you throw boxcars, you're dead on the train. Isn't that what they said back in Germany? Who made this game Monopoly? Who took it over? Don't you see what they're telling us right inside the money? Okay, here's the train. I didn't say it. On the money it says that. Okay, it says EDAD. Okay, it also says owed, but it says EDAD. EDAD, or dead, the opposite way. Look at the part over here. You see the Jewish letters, the way some of them are made? Some of the designs, the way they're made over here? See the little wheel over here? It's like 2 different sides, the rail train. And oh yes, and on the money for Monopoly money, it's the same hair as the queens in the deck of cards. C-A-R, card, the angel spirit. That's why they had a cards. You're always bringing the spirit around. You coming, Ron? Yeah, we're coming. What do you mean we're coming? I want you to come alone. It's, hey, buddy, I never go alone without the spirit. He says, in fact, I'm 10. When I'm with you, we're a whole gang already. You can consider me a 10. I am perfect. I can speak the peace. I can speak the Holy Spirit. I can speak and understand of the ugly, evil deceit. And I can speak of the winning of the good-hearted. From the shortest time to come it shall be. Good will always exist. Because you know what? Good seems to always have a better reason, perhaps. Good seems always to win the majority, perhaps. Good seems to be more with people that smile, perhaps. Good doesn't always go generally with help. Help is good. Good people, they help. Do bad people help? Well, if you ask somebody who is bad to help, If he helped, he wouldn't be bad. Would he? But if he didn't help, you'd consider him to be, somewhere on a wrong connection. But it's only the viewpoint between the view of you and you. Well, obviously, if you send someone away, they'll be against you. Perhaps. The gates from which we land, we lie. Read it. Look at this. 101. 1. What can you make out of this? Do you want to know what this is? I only designed the letter M, M, M. These are only the letter M's. That's all they are. And then I put straight lines right through in green. If you take a look at it, okay, look at this one. Looks like an X, right? It seems like it's holding up the wall here and the wall here. Okay, you understand? See this one here, singular one? It's like a Y. It's holding up the roof here. And then this one is holding down the roof, and then this guy is holding, it's an X-Man. It makes a design. It's hard to explain exactly, but it's telling us a story. I'm not quite sure what story it is, because it's hard to say. Ronnie, what do you think? Well, mirror on the wall. Now that you're asking me what I think, that's pretty much different from mirror, mirror on the wall. The mirror is asking me. I look into the mirror. What do you think? Holy fuck, my mirror talked to me. It's asking me what I thought. Yeah, it's only me what I think. Well, mirror, I'll make you a deal. If you agree to tell me what you think, I'll agree to tell you what I thought. So I put it up in front of the mirror, and the mirror takes a look, and he thinks, and he thought, and he thinks, and he thought, and says yes. But he doesn't say a word. I said, you're not answering me. He says, well, I gave you my thought. Give me your thought, and then I'll tell you what I think when you ask me what I thought. Well, I'm asking you what you thought. Well, you never held it sideways, and I wasn't sure if you were going to ask me. So hold it sideways and give me another chance. Another chance? You'll be with me all night. I'm bringing you to bed. What? He's pissed at me for not putting out a good pillow for him under my head. I have not been taking very good care of myself lately. I'm not happy. First of all, every time I clean the carpets, the cats mess it up. Enough said. It's not enough. It's too much for me. Here it is on an angle. Looks like a picket fence, eh? It's a reflection in the water of a picket fence. You know what I'm saying? It also says, take a look at what it says on it. It says so many things. It says CH. It has two men, a Y man and an X man, holding up the center man, okay? This is what it is. This is 5, this is 14, this is 23, this is 32. This is what the roulette board would look like. If I redesign it, I can attach this to the roulette board to show you the same numbers. Another thing I want to show you is this design. Can you see the tic-tac-toe in here? Can you see the tic-tac-toe in here? Well, that's what it's all about. This is also the design of the telephone. When you go to the payphone, that's also the design. I just added some extra features because of the letter M. You know what I'm saying, the letter M? I want to show you something about the letter M. They say the letter M, okay, in Roman numerals is 1,000. And I still can't understand it, but I'm going to try to tear this apart with me and you, so whatever result I get, you'll get the same thing, because where's my lighter? Where's my lighter? Hold on a second. Oh, my leg. Oh, my dice. Oh, my lighter. Oh, my leg. Where did it go? No. Oh, found it. Oh, 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 my hip. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Roman numeral 1,000. The letter M. Okay? The letter M. One leg, one line. Two line, one leg. The whole value of this line normally, okay, should be, are you ready for this? It should be a valued number on this line, but it can no longer be a valued number on this line, okay? It becomes a 0 because it takes the total value of the whole center. Do you understand what I'm saying? You take the total value of the whole center, and you end up with 0 in the center. Then you go over here to this line over here, and you take the whole entire value, and again you give it a 0. Irregardless of whatever numbers are in the box, okay? When you draw an M, irregardless of what numbers the M takes up, okay? Otherwise, you're using it as and it also has to do with the Greek alphabet, which I'm not going to get into right now. But what happens is that V, okay, ends up to be 2 parts, okay? One with a 5 value, and then the other arm on the other side, okay? You have to eliminate all the numbers. The only one that has a value is the M. The M letter in itself stands for 3 parts. 1, V1. The first one value, 0. The 5 value, 0. The 1 value, 0. Because the first one and the last one eliminate each other. But because it's the M omega letter, okay, which is a split letter, okay, there's a split in it because of the V. It's a split letter, okay, that's why it's the 1,000, because it brings the letter to the next level. Okay, so it brings everything to the next level. So we evaluate everything as spirit, angel, and man. 0, 0, 0. 3 eggs, right? 3 eggs. You put a 1 in front of it, you got 1,000, right? Is it that hard? You already had the ones already there. The ones are already there eliminating each other because they're on each side. Anyway, 7286. Do I have anything else in here? Oh, yeah. For those who don't understand the Jewish letter Dalet, ABC is held up on top. And the reason this is a divided line is because it makes up for the 5 and 6 combination, which is the angel, spirit, and man, which is the only 2 you can get on dice, which is the number of the wolf, which is the number of creation. Anyways, and its number 6 by 5 is 30 and 11 is 41. It's the number of the Mediterranean. Okay, 5 and 9, which is here and here. 8 and 6 are over here. It's 5, 6, 8, 9. It's these 4 numbers here. 3, 6, 9, 2, 5, 8. But this is already used at the top. You understand what I'm saying? ABC is 1, 2, 3. And then over here is the 6 key and then the 9 key. The 6 key and the 9 key. The 5 key and the 8 key. So it's telling about the passage of heaven, of angel and man connection, of alpha beta creation. It means the delta corner. It's telling you exactly what the D would tell you, except the D tells it to you running a line over on 147 because of the difference between the 2 worlds, which are actually the same, but all depends on the design sometimes. That's why you usually have to go about it turning things out to square. It's a lot easier to figure out the squares than it is the rounds. Right, Raphael 7286, 6:55 on a Monday night. Raphael 7286. Did I have anything else to show you? Oh, there's so much. Before I leave my finger, that's the word chocolate. Okay, O dash double triple O slash 8. 3 eggs, 8, 1 egg. That's basically what it says. Oh, my friends, we are not alone, but remember, we must be smart. We must be smart. Never give them a reason. Never give them a reason. We must be good and smart, was because we must be smart people and good people. The Zions, like I talked about before, okay, that I did not finish with, okay. Like I said, for those who don't know, Monsanto's and the Zionists, the Hebrew Zionists, the people who own 3/4 of the world, it's not their fault they were able to do it. But yes, they did it by treason, which is not right. They did make a lot of money on their own, or did they? But how much did they make by treason? And that's wrong. Whoever these stupid jerk-offs are. You know what I believe these guys should be doing right now? They should go build themselves an island somewhere, or that island, maybe they should go under the ground and hide there, so we'll just take over the top part of the world while the rest is underneath the world. Hey, imagine this. Imagine people living underneath the world away from everybody because there's a disaster coming, yet they're still able to control what's on top of the world. And the people, these army people, come on, guys. You know what you guys in the army should do? You should start an association, okay? You should start to have like groups in the armies now. Army A and Army AA, or Army AA and AA. And the reason for this is they're all looking for the truth. Why are you in the army if you see no truth? Are you still in there just because you know that if you're out of the army, you are no longer safe in this world? No one's going to blow us up. I mean, all these things, I mean, if I had to redo this whole world, all this garbage that we don't need, I wouldn't build. If somebody wants to blow me up, what is it going to do if I blow himself back up? What's it going to do? Oh, yeah, we're going to, what is it? An atomic bomb. So two people create atomic bombs. What the fuck does it do? If I create one, you send one to me, I send one to you. Where's the profit? We all die. Where the fuck's the profit? Holy crap. If somebody is building anything nuclear and it's not good for the earth, okay, is it because they're using it as a weapon or something to what's it called? Because they need it for their energy. Well, I bet you if you showed the whole world a new energy that they can use much cheaper than whatever they're using right now, you think they're going to continue? Do you think a guy who knows how dangerous it is to have that shit in the ground really wants to do it, but he thinks it's his only way to make money, or is he making it for a bomb? Well, if everybody just stops making it for a bomb, stop. That's it. If they want to fight, let them come fight, okay, with their hands and their fists, okay? Let everybody build these stupid, gigantic, fucked up bombs that are going to fuck up the world. You guys are totally ridiculously insane. I understand if it's a game and I'm fighting for everybody around me, you know, but you know what? It'd be fun, you know, if it was Battleship and we can put it away and take it out again, but we can't take out this planet. But we can learn a lot from it. Holy fuck, if we learned a lot from war, eh? The only reason man's smart today is because of all the war that's going around. It's almost like weed. You don't smoke and you can't smoke the weed. If you smoke the weed, it'll lift the element of the pineal gland off your head and you'll be able to get intelligent. Well, it's the same thing about war. All these drugs you have us pumped on. You don't think we're more connected with God now because you gave us all these pumped up drugs than ever before? Are you kidding? God can outdo anyone, you know, up to a certain point before you totally waste the guy's mind. And then God has nothing left to live with, so he takes the poor soldier home. Hey, soldier, my hat's off to all you who fought for good reason. Take care, my friends. Raphael, 7286.